kila mtu, manake sio lazima uwe na umeshatengeneza filamu au umesha produce filamu unaweza kuapply. Jamani, this is DW Academy. They are very, very good partners and they're helping us grow this the film industry. So a round of applause for them, please.
Thank you.
Kuna maswali, any questions to them? Please feel free to ask questions.
So maybe I just wanted to add, so for the next application round, it's really important that you have some professional experience, that you live in the country, so in Tanzania and not somewhere else.
Yeah.
And what was that? Actually, that's it. So that's actually all you have to bring in. So for getting this, for being eligible for this fund.
Okay. So anasema kwamba kwenye huu nani inaokuja, the next call ambayo inakuja, ni muhimu sana ukawa na professional experience. Ukawa na ile professional experience kwanza, ukawa umefanya kazi kwenye filamu, alafu pia ukawa unaishi Tanzania. Kumbuka hii ni kwa ajili ya Watanzania, kwa ajili ya watu wa nyumbani. Haijafungiwa, hajazuiwa mtu, lakini wanafanya kwa ajili yetu. Na sasa labda just a little bit of what do you call it, to note, there's something that we've seen here today. Wilson is a producer and Filippo is a director. What they did is they worked together to bring this project to. I believe when they're applying, even if they're applying separately, Wilson can apply because he has experience as a producer producing Mvamizi, and Filippo can apply as a director, even though they worked in the same film, correct?
Well, no, actually they should then apply together if they're really working on the same film. So actually this
not that the idea, not that they're submitting the same idea.
Okay.
No, if they're applying separately,
okay,
but they have
for
the same
the
same reference
okay.
in regards to film.
Yeah, well, this is possible, but so far we don't support producers, but writers and directors.
Wilson was complaining. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's mostly writers and
directors.
Writers and directors.
Yes.
But you are looking to expand those grounds, correct? Sorry,
I can't promise
sorry
anything
for putting you on the spot with this.
Yes, we will.
We are actually discussing this topic a lot also.
Yes,
because the collaboration between director and producer, because sometimes we learn also that many producers or filmmakers are also producers at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why currently the fund covers many activities that are actually on the side of the producer.
Yeah.
And we're discussing how can we in the future, maybe we're going to divide this, but how can we also support producers and offer maybe also training sessions or training opportunities for producers. So how we can structure this in the future a better way, so that producers can also benefit in a better way from it.
Or maybe at least maybe they can be thinking about that they apply together. So if you have I don't know, you're a writer or a director and you have already a producer, so maybe this can also be.
Yeah. So I usually feel like this press conference have very limited time, because the more people keep discussing, the more people keep talking, you get more questions. So I'm gonna ask one final question in regards to what you just said. And like I told people, I would like us to have a sort of like a Q&A session, and we're going to post it on our Ziff page, so people can actually get to know more. It's one thing to read, but to hear it is very, it's very, I don't know, I think it's very appealing. Okay, so my question is on the fact that you said they could apply together.
Which is not the case right now,
It's
but
not
maybe could be in the future.
Could be in the future. Okay, so thank you guys very, very much. Any questions? Maswali yoyote? Yes, Gudrun.
Thank you. My question is, what kind of mentoring you guys are giving to the grantee? The process of mentoring, the workshop, what kind of are you giving?
Ameuliza process ya hiyo mentorship ikoje? So who's going to take?
So the mentorship program is tailored to the respective needs of the filmmakers. So at first we talk to the filmmakers and hear what are actually your interests for this upcoming year, what are actually the needs, what would you like to do in terms of training, or what mentor would actually be the perfect mentor for you. And then our dear colleague Ansgar, who sits there, uses all the information and goes ahead and uses his network and talks to people and tries to find the perfect match. And so far we can say that we found Ansgar found many wonderful matches. So it's actually all about what does the filmmaker need and what expertise can the respective mentor bring in, and then where does this match for the upcoming year.
This project is going to fit with this mentee yule ambaye ana apply pamoja na yule ambaye atakuwa anamfunza katika huo muda, na zaidi ni hayo ambayo tumeweza kuzungumzia. Kwa thank you guys very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I would like to welcome, ningependa kumkaribisha Irungu Mutu pamoja na producer. Hello. Okay, Adam. Karibu. Wapi ndure wa Kenya? No, don't actually scream. Yeah, don't actually scream. So hi.
Hello.
This has been a bit of a roller coaster for you. I'm aware. We screened your film and you went here the first time, and I remember you were being like, oh my god. But it was screened again. You weren't there.
Oh, we were there.
Oh no, you weren't there.
Oh, then you went and got us.
And then yes. So I want you to tell me that process, because you didn't get to see it the first time. You were really disappointed, and then you didn't get to see it the second time, and then the third time, due to popular demand, we screened your film for the third time. That doesn't happen. That doesn't ever happen. Filamu yao ilipata nafasi ya kuonyeshwa mara 3. Mara ya kwanza hawakuwepo na roho iliwauma sana kwamba hawajaweza kuona. Mara ya pili hawakujua. Lakini kwa sababu watu waliipenda, watu wakaomba filamu ionyeshwe mara ya 3, na ndio mara ya 3 wao wakaweza kuja kuitazama filamu pamoja na hadhira nzima. Kwa hiyo tunataka utuambie.
Ilikuwa roller coaster. Kiswahili changu si sanifu, tafadhali nitaongea na Kiingereza.
Usijali, tunatafsiri hapa.
Asante. And it was
mkalimani. Yes, continue.
It was really a thrill because we worked on this for a long time in 2020, and this is our first premiere here in Africa, and we could not wait to show it to people, to sit down. So Wednesday we weren't here because we flew the next day. Jana tulikuwa having dinner with my wonderful producer, and when we did see it with people, it was very emotional because 3 people came, actually maybe 4 or 5 people came up and saying, what is it about? Because it's a love story between a Kenyan businesswoman and a Chinese miner, and it was really great to hear because we wrote it where the ending is up in the air. So Florence, it was really emotional. I don't know how to put it somewhere else. We were so happy to just sit in the old fort and with Africans, East Africans, and listen and see the story. I don't even know how else to put it. It was incredible. Maybe Louis, my producer, I would like to add something.
Louis, you flew all the way here and then you missed it. You flew exactly for that and then you missed it.
Yeah, that's rough. We were having a really nice meal, thinking that we were on in another hour or so, and then we found out, and it's a hard pill to swallow, but we were super grateful that you found us and that we got to catch it there, and the responses were really incredible and interesting because it's sort of a cliffhanger. It's intended to be a cliffhanger, and the questions that people had about the film was exactly what we were trying to prod people, and it was really great to get that sort of feedback of people asking the sort of right questions that you hope they're going to ask. And it's sort of like a fantasy situation where people are trying to untie this weird puzzle, and then they you watch them as they ask questions, sort of put the pieces together and figure it out. And it's incredibly rewarding when people go, is that what it is? And you're like, you nailed it. You nailed it. So it was incredible, super special for us.
Okay, so I always like to ask a producer why they agreed to work on the film. What was it about the film that got you know what, yes, I'm going to do this? And I'm going to explain today why I asked that question. It's because we have people who also want to reach out to producers. We have directors, we have writers. So once they know why you chose a film, then they can understand how to approach you if they do want to work with you? Yeah.
Well, the story is incredibly timely. It's something that you see the Chinese presence all over Africa in different facets, and this was a unique angle, sort of pointing to the human side of just people. You know what I mean? Not as a government or anything like that. This is a unusual love story, wrong side of the tracks kind of a thing, of two cultures sort of coming together, linked by the love of Kenyan literature. I mean, these weird connections that you don't normally see in many films that are this short. To back up a little bit, Irogo had been working on the feature script for a long time. Every once in a while I would pop in, we would work on it together, and with his writing and his mentor, we just kept sort of noodling at it. And then my connection with Irogo is that he's been in a slew of my other films. So we've sort of known each other for years and years, and the film sort of just came together in the sense that he had a small role in another film I produced, a short film, and we turned it around so fast, and he came to me and said, "Oh, you guys turned that around so fast." I'm like, "Well, sometimes it just all comes together, and sometimes it doesn't, but that one just happened to." And then he's like, "Think we could do something like that with Leaving Isiolo?"
I think he actually does his face like that.
Yeah.
You're doing that.
I do that. I do that.
And he's doing it so perfectly.
And to his credit, you know, at that point it was about 142 pages, I think, that draft.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow.
And he said, "Oh, I'm gonna run off to Rome, and I'm gonna try to whittle it down." So he goes to Rome. It was maybe 2.5 weeks. I get an email, and there's a 29-page script. I'm like, wow.
From 140?
Yeah, I'm like, wow, Irogo.
Wow.
There's this. Maybe we could add this and this, but bro, gotta be under 10 pages for me. And he goes to Kenya, and less than 3 weeks or so later, in the inbox is a 9-page script. I'm like, bro, wow.
Wow.
So when someone works like that, you want to jump on board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it had everything you needed for a short film, and he just pounded it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like, oh, it's good at 9 pages, but we still need to work. It was like, boom, ready to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, let's go. And then, ironically, Vincenzo was in Brooklyn for a festival or something else.
Yeah.
We met at a bar, The Tradesman in Brooklyn.
Wait, who's Vincenzo?
Vincenzo Cavallo, who's won many things here.
Nairobi Bus
Yeah.
was at Ziff 2015 with an incredible project, Wazi FM.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
He's
he did all the
big alumni
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we sat down at this bar in Brooklyn, and he said, you know, I'll give you guys some support, sound, crew, some other things. We shook hands, and it was off to the races. And next thing you know, flew into Kenya from Brooklyn, and after 3 weeks, a week or so
pre-production, December to January, like 8 weeks.
Yeah, and then
I mean,
once I got there, it was less than 3 weeks, and then we just banged it out, and so what makes it really special for us is to come back here, and Vincenzo's here.
Wow.
So it's like an amazing circle for us, and we really appreciate that.
Okay, so I'd like to know something. I've always been curious about this. How do you direct a film that you're playing in? Like, you're acting in it. So how do you do that? Do you like tell them, stop, I got it wrong? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. You run back and then you look at it and is that how it works? That's how it works?
well, you know, that's a good question because I'm actually an actor. That's what I do in America. I've had a very blessed career to do theater, TV, and film, and this was my first short film. So it was really critical to get a good team. If I'm in it, I play the antagonist, and the DP that we hired, who I thought was a woman, because we wanted a female DP, because the story is driven by a woman. So we were really hoping, and he really gave me confidence because because he's done it before. He's done feature films, he's done short films, that I said, you know, Joanne, Louis and you are gonna be the director when I am doing my thing.
Okay.
Right? And in theater, the good thing with being an actor on stage, you trust your process. Right? So I really trusted that what I'm delivering is good enough, and then Louis would come to me and say, hey, just tweak
All right.
the menace up a little bit, you know, give me an adjustment here. And I really did not go to the monitor a lot, so I trusted my DP, who's directed his own films, Joanne Poggio, who's magnificent for anybody who's seen the film. And yeah, I trusted Louis. I trusted people, Florence. I trusted people. That's
Trust,
crazy.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that was it. And then we shot for 3 days in 2020 in Nairobi. In Nairobi 2 days, and we went to Isiolo for 1 day, and then we shot in August 2020. Yeah,
Wow, the
during the
peak
pandemic.
of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. But at the time, wait, had the lockdown started? I'm not so sure.
Well, in Kenya, no.
No,
In
when I was
Kenya,
flying
no.
out, it was sort of
Yeah,
happening.
but
I can't really remember when it started, but
yeah,
okay.
but what was crazy is that because I really wanted to create this set that is beautiful, we went to shoot in Isiolo, and we had one of the Chinese character. He walks down this road, and I remember talking with him when we were driving up. I was like, yeah, COVID. And it was like, he was, yeah, you know, it's a small thing, and it turned out to be this huge thing. So it was really, we're very lucky. We were so lucky to be able to shoot, get our film before the world shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember they did that. You couldn't go to another county. So, like I said, you couldn't move from Dar es Salaam to Morogoro. You couldn't move that way. If you were in Dar es Salaam, you'd have to stay in Dar es Salaam. So,
100%.
yeah, you got really lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'll take questions before I ask my last question. Maswali yoyote? Any questions regarding living in Isiolo? Okay, so I'd like to use the ending is hanging someplace. So could you explain it to us?
The ending?
Yes.
Well, you have to see it first.
We have seen it. That's
Everybody
why we're
seen it?
here.
Okay, all right. The ending is a 3, depending how you look at it.
Okay.
I want you to ask the question, what is she going to do?
Yeah.
What is Shiko going to do, right? So the person who she's in love with, that they're going to start a life together in this beach town, has been taken away. The bad guy who comes, he came to take the money. He didn't know the money was there,
Yeah.
right? So is she going to use the money to start a new life? Is she going to go pursue Lee, the man that she has loved? Like, what is she going to do? So it's a cliffhanger because I wanted it to be, it's part of a bigger idea.
Okay.
So I didn't want to give too many answers. I wanted people to talk about it, and yeah, so there's no right or wrong answer. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a very big deal that you guys flew all the way to come here, to watch and experience the film with the audience. I know one thing, that the one thing that Ziff offers is the fact that you get to sit with the audience. You get to sit under the stars on a very big screen on a night with a very beautiful breeze. So please tell people when you go back.
Absolutely.
Tell them to come back to the festival.
This is the spot.
This is the spot. Thank you very much. Yamani makofi kwao. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
No problem. Haya, jamani, nimejulishwa kwamba director wa Joyce's Dream yuko hapa. Makofi jamani, karibu.